Me and the stationery stand have a very big vendetta. They took out 3 of my favorite villagers, all the lore I loved. Oh man, I will never wrap my head around the choice to get rid of the postbirds for a measly stand.
Welcome to my channel, everyone. My name is Darian, also known as SoopaKoopa here, and I'm here with a special guest.
Hello, hello. My name is SoopaKoopa, also known as SoopaKoopa with a 1, because it's literally my name with a 1. Let me start by saying I'm so beyond grateful for the opportunity to be on the podcast and yap about all things Animal Crossing, because my god, this game has had me in a chokehold for the past 6 years. I am from down under. I've lived in Australia my whole life. I love it here. It's supposed to be summer, but it's bloody freezing right now. So I started my channel at the height of the New Horizons craze because, much like you, I've always obsessed over Animal Crossing, but I never really had friends I could share that with in real life, because anytime I would, they had no clue what I was talking about. My channel served as the ultimate place to share my deranged ideas and theories with fellow Animal Crossing fans, which kind of ties in seamlessly to what we're going to discuss today.
It's no doubt, like our intro talked about it, we're going to be talking about what was, what could be, and some brand new ideas that maybe nobody has ever talked about that could really make this possible.
Of all the special character lore in Animal Crossing, and let me tell you, there is a lot of lore embedded in this series, the postal birds have my absolute favorite because their love triangle goes deep. For those that haven't had the absolute pleasure of interacting with the birds in this game, I'd like to start with a brief introduction of each character. So we have Peli. Peli is the sweet, hard-working pelican who runs the post office from 9 AM till 9 PM. She's the face of the building for those who play at a reasonable hour and often talks about her secret crush on Pete. Then we have Pete. Pete is the mail carrier who you could catch roaming around your town at both 9 AM and 5 PM, meaning mail was delivered twice a day in the older games, and I wish they'd bring it back because I hate the 5 order limit and having to wait all day to get my packages. Pete is the only male in the trio and was secretly in love with Phyllis because he felt Peli was too quote-unquote immature for him. You got to appreciate the fact that all Pete wanted was a baddie, and that he got. Phyllis. Phyllis was quite the diva. She took the night shift at the post office, running it from 9 PM to 9 AM, and to summarize her personality, back in the GameCube days, parents would submit complaints to Nintendo because Phyllis quite literally made their kids cry. She was the polar opposite of Peli in every single way, was extremely rude, grumpy, and openly hated her job. Oh, and fun fact, Phyllis is actually Peli's older sister and often disapproved of her feelings towards Pete. She claims not to like anyone, but chances are she's in love with him. The lore goes even deeper because Peli claims that she and Pete actually did go on a date back on GameCube, which was revealed through dialogue on April 1st. Make of that what you will. That was a lot, so in summation, Nintendo fleshed out this incredible love triangle between the postal birds, spent 4 games building up the lore to just absolutely abolish it with the release of New Horizons. So if you didn't know why fans were mad about it before, I hope this sort of clears it up.
The post office was a very relevant building. Until it wasn't, right? New Horizons killed the art of sending letters. We relegated it to just a little tiny postcard stand, like stationery stand. Oh, it's so sad. Is sending mail relevant anymore? Because in real life, I can't even tell you the last time that I hand wrote a letter and sent it to anybody. Is maybe there a way that we could bring this back into culture again and make it relevant again? Look at how popular this game was in 2020. In fact, this is something that a lot of people are doing, especially in the cozy community. I think that calligraphy and things like that are something that is relevant. And so with 48+ million copies sold worldwide for the game, this has quite an audience and opportunity to make a cultural shift to letters being written, being irrelevant, to making it a little bit more relevant again, if not a lot more relevant again. I can tell that you have something in the background there. What is that?
My little vinyl player, very important to me. I absolutely love collecting vinyls, CDs, all things 80s and 2000s, because I care so much about having physical media in a world that's so rapidly deterring to just everything being digitalized on a screen. We own nothing.
But I think our generation has been more in tune with some past things from past generations. I think that we can see a cultural shift from something that is not relevant to making something much more relevant again, like sending letters.
I'm pretty sure Animal Crossing would be the thing that has that power. I mean, as you said, the calligraphy community, the cozy community, I am absolutely part of that in every single way. Even in real life, I've told all of my friends if they ever want to send me a message on my birthday, it has to be a physical letter. So I collect these things. I've collected them my whole life.
We've already mentioned some of these, but I just want to give you 4 reasons why this case for letters being relevant again could happen through Animal Crossing. The first one is number 1, the cozy nature of the game invites slowing down. If I could get a handwritten letter from her, somebody who works on her calligraphy and like cares about that, that'd be so special. So just being able to slow down a little bit. And then number 2, the increased push for connectivity and connection warrants bringing back old ways. So we're always trying to find new ways to connect, but with social media and stuff, I feel like we actually feel more disconnected rather than connected. Even though this is all digital that we're talking about, I think this could inspire us to write actual physical letters as well. So I think that could be a big shift as well. Number 3, the rewards for sending mail will actually be memorable and important. The stuff that they send is really not that great, and it's kind of weird. Have rewards for sending mail, and it makes it relevant to the game and important to the game as well, which we'll get into. And then finally, number 4, our generation loves reconnecting with old skills. We already covered this in our chat, but as we said, with the records and with like physical media and stuff like that, I think that this could be a really good cultural shift to this.
Me and the stationery stand have a very big vendetta. They took out 3 of my favorite villagers, all the lore I loved. Oh man, I will never wrap my head around the choice to get rid of the postbirds for a measly stand. Though I do have to say, it could grow into something so much better because the concept is there. Having this stand where you can physically see your options of postcards to send was a really great idea. And I love being able to go and physically select media because it's kind of like going out and shopping for stationery.
So would there be any changes that you would make to how they work in New Horizons?
I guess the way they've handled it being that you actually do go in, buy it, and send it all in that same place is where the problem lies.
The fact that you have to go to the stand and you have to stay at the stand to send a letter, like I barely go to the Dodo Airlines just to like maybe go to work, like for Happy Home Paradise, but like I'm literally just going to do that or go to like Harv's Island. I'm not going to write a letter.
There was almost no point to ever go to that stand. So I'd say letters kind of had more of a place after the update because people actually knew it existed. Prior to that, if you didn't have online play, you were never in that airport. There was just no reason for it.
I think a physical post office that I would like to add on to like your town hall building. I would like to add a wing because they are Pelicans, so they must have a wing, right? Maybe there could be like another room that's a secret room, and I call this the mail room. And this is actually where Pete gathers the letters and flies out of at the very top of the town hall to deliver the letters. It brings more of a realism into the fact like these letters are getting out there, and this is his little like perching stand that he launches from to get in the sky. Like you used to be able to shoot him down. Like poor guy.
Yes.
I mean, it would be cool to have like a little room that you can visit exclusively just in a couple times of the year. And doing this will unlock secret dialogue and insight into the love triangle. So I think this is how maybe you can learn a little bit more about how Pete feels about this and like what's happening currently in like their love triangle. And maybe, and this is just the idea that I'm throwing out there, maybe by going here, you could actually influence the decision on who he ends up with. So
I kind of love that.
These opposite storyline options could be really cool to bring a little bit of charm and personalization to your game. Like say you send them a letter and like you have a better friendship level with them, or get to the end of their story arc and they'll send you a letter with their ultra rare stamp because you helped them through that storyline. In the 3.0 update, specifically for the Switch 2 version, they've added the mouse controls to the game. And now you can write on the bulletin board like specific drawings and stuff using the mouse, or, you know, there's a lot of other relevant uses for that as well. But what if we could actually do calligraphy in Animal Crossing by writing on our letters?
Okay, first of all, that would be insane. I would love nothing more than that. And to kind of piggyback off that idea, the ability to send a blank letter that can just straight up be a drawing.
Yes.
Or be handwritten. It adds so much more meaning, and especially, I guess it wouldn't be as relevant if you're sending to your villagers, but sending to other people online, your friends in real life, would be so beautiful to see, and you'd actually want to save the letters.
Even just being able to write your signature on the end of a letter would be game changing for the game. It would make it so much more personal. And I know that you are a collector. You've mentioned that you love to collect things. What are some of the things that you collect in real life?
So for me, vinyls, pop figures, amiibo cards, pretty much anything that can be collected will be collected.
That's amazing. I'm not much of a collector myself. The most items that I've ever collected is Pokemon cards, but when it comes to Animal Crossing, I do love completing like the museum collection or collecting a bunch of things. But maybe something else that we could add to this, and you alluded to it earlier, stamps. Now, this is an actual hobby in real life. People really love collecting stamps. It's called philately. So let's talk about how we can make this possible, because I think maybe the idea of stamps is really exciting. So number one, similar to the postcard stand that we have right now, or like the stationery stand, you could buy individual stamps that will change every day in the post office. So instead of just changing for season, these change every day. Think of like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, how you have a selection of spirits that you can collect in the game. I also thought that it would be cool to get a blind pack of stamps as well. So maybe it's a fixed price and you don't know what stamps you're going to get. You can get a lot of repeats, but maybe you have a chance to always get like a rare stamp if you buy that. So it's going to be a little bit more expensive if you bought them individually, because you don't know what you're going to get, but you're always guaranteed to get a rare one within that.
It's something people enjoy. It incentivizes you to send things to other players.
Basically, you earn a stamp every time you receive a letter from anybody. So like in real life, in order to mail a letter, you have to attach a stamp. So you can either choose the stamp to add, or like a villager, if they send you one, it'll just like randomize it and it'll send you like a random stamp. There's not really a way to calculate how you can get a certain stamp from a villager, but you can calculate the rarity based off of your friendship level with that villager. The higher friendship level you are with this villager, the rarer stamps that they'll send you. So it'll incentivize you to maybe even every day, like write a letter to them, and maybe they'll send you like a rare like stamp once a day so that you complete that rare or even ultra rare collection of stamps. I think there could be 4 tier levels to these stamps. Number 1 could be your common. That would be defined by fish, bugs, flowers, and nature. So very common things that you find in your everyday life. Tier number 2 could be your uncommon. This would be like your deep sea creatures, the dangerous bugs, giant fish, like dinosaur fossils that have been completed, things like that. And there's quite a few items in this game, so there could be as many stamps as there are like fish, bugs, fossils in the game. So like this, you could be collecting for years. This could be like a longevity thing for the game. Third tier could be the rare tier, and this would be your landmarks, stores, holidays, and season exclusive stamps. So these could be like maybe your regional exclusive stamps as well, like having like an Australian stamp or a US stamp, or specific things to like a season, for example. And then ultra rare would be NPC and special characters. So these would be like your Isabel, your Tom Nook. These are very special stamps. Sienna, I mean, you mentioned this killer idea earlier when we were talking. And you talked about how maybe being able to make your own stamp could be possible in the next game. So what is that idea? What could that look like?
Something I've always loved about this game is the ability to go to other people's islands and draw on their bulletin boards. They could either draw their own stamp, which could just be complete custom art. They could use pixels to design something, kind of like what we already have in the game. They could then attach this when they're sending to their friends, and their friends could collect this in their stamp books. It's something unique. It means that every single person will have somewhat of a unique experience. I kind of love it. I would love to see it. It would add so much more personality when sending a letter, and it would sure make the experience of receiving one so much more exciting.
And a lot of people have been talking, they'd love to have like the ability to make your own store. In the game that I'm conceptualizing is you have your small town and then you have your big city. And in the big city, you can go in and you can make your own store. So by doing that, maybe you can have a stamp store where you make custom stamps. That's like your niche in the game, where you love designing stamps and people can buy your stamps. Now, this wouldn't be required to, be a completionist if that's how you want to play the game, But like these would be extra things that could add a little flair to it, similar to custom patterns patterns and stuff. And I think that is totally possible.
That's what I love. It's like putting in all these ideas to flesh out this one feature. Nintendo, if you're watching, we have laid it out for you. Just take it. Take the idea. We don't need credit. We just want it to exist.
100%. Now, you mentioned in 3.0 that there is a relevance to villagers can come to your hotel that you've had in the past and they will recognize you. So that's sweet and that's awesome, but they leave and there's no way to talk to them again. What if you could send a letter to a villager that's already moved away? Why is this not in the game?
I don't understand. It makes so much sense.
What would be super cool is once you help them fulfill that dream, they will send you a letter, and this will be like a very heartfelt letter, like, you don't even know how much you helped me to pursue my dream. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna send you a gift. And there may be even a chance that they will send you a picture of them within that setting of whatever their dream is, to say, here I am, here's a picture of me fulfilling my dream. I'm at the city, I'm on the runway, you know, at Gracie's fashion show, or here I am, I went on a traveling vacation to Australia because my dream was to see like the koalas or the Sydney Opera House or something like that. Like, that could happen where they send you a picture and then there's an exclusive gift that your villager will send you and give you. So for example, if you help your villager fulfill their dream, they will give you a gift regardless. Now they can come up to you in town and be like, thank you so much, here's a letter with the gift in it. Or if they've moved away, they will send it to you in the mail, and then you have this letter to keep forever, and then you can send them more letters, and then they'll show you like pictures and stuff of what they're doing in their life, like in the big city or beyond that.
I'm just imagining now some of my favorites, like when Tangy moved away. That killed me in New Leaf. So being able to see her later on and where she's at after town, it'd make me feel so much better about the fact that she left. Like, no, she actually went on to do something greater, and I could be a small part of that.
There's one more thing that I want to talk about that's a big problem in the game. You mentioned it earlier, the fact that the mail would come twice a day. And that is such a pain. Like, I have to wait till the next day to literally receive my only 5 packages that I can get from the Nook shop. Like, there's a way that maybe you can pay for like an Amazon Prime, for example. Like, we could call it like Nookazon Prime or something like that. They can have their own way that you can pay a little extra and get a gift sent to yourself and like expedited to you like a little quicker than you typically would.
I hate that it's only once a day. You used to actually see Pete walking around. You could go up and talk to him as he's delivering the letters.
Yes.
It just added so much life. Just bring back what we used to have.
Yes, it's that depth. It's gotten shallow. We need to bring back the depth and the heart of the game of Animal Crossing, and I think this is how we're gonna do it. If you have not yet subscribed to SoopaKoopa, she's got some great videos on YouTube, so make sure you check it out and look out for more videos on this in the future and potential future collabs between me and SoopaKoopa, because this was great. I love this. So you guys have an awesome day, and God bless you, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Bye.